Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Friday Night Football review for round 25 of the 2021 NRL season, where we saw two games of football tonight. We saw the Melbourne Storm defeat the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks 28 points to 16. The Melbourne Storm have locked up the minor premiership once again. And we saw the Panthers destroy the Eels 40 points to 6 up there at Seatbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. So we now know that the Panthers will be playing the Rabbitohs in week 1 of the final series. That is pretty much locked, set in stone. And the Eels will probably play a elimination final against the Newcastle Knights in week 1 of the finals as well. But guys, let's get into the Friday Night Football review, and we'll go back to the first game where it was Cronulla versus Melbourne, and Melbourne got up to a really good start there in the 6th minute. Brandon Smith goes from dummy half and he scores the first try of the game. Pretty poor defence there from the Sharks, but good job from Brandon Smith there from dummy half. Great start for the Melbourne Storm. Melbourne go out to a 6-0 lead in 6 minutes. And then in the 11th minute, Jesse Raymond with an incredible offload to Sione Katoa. He goes over and scores in the corner. It was an unbelievable effort from Jesse Raymond with the offload, and Sione Katoa, he did very well to score that try in the corner. Conversion is unsuccessful from Braden Trindle. Melbourne 6 points to 4. And then 16th minute, no try to Ryan Pappenhausen. There was an obstruction there on Britton Okore. Bit of a tough call, but it is the rules. Britton Okore did take a bit of a dive there, but it is what it is. No try to Ryan Pappenhausen. And then in the 23rd minute, the Sharks get a penalty. Braden Trindle converts, scores are levelled up at 6-all after 23 minutes gone in the game. And then in the 36th minute, Nicho Hynes goes short to Justin Olam. He bumps off Jesse Raymond. He offloads it to Ryan Pappenhausen. Jesse Raymond wasn't able to make the tackle. Pappenhausen ends up scoring. He scores his second try of the game. His first try of the game, actually, I should say. So Pappenhausen scores. Conversion successful from Nicho Hynes. Melbourne 12-6. And then with 20 seconds to half time, the Sharks, this was a great try, this one here. The Sharks went to the right-hand side. It was Trindle to Moylan to Will Kennedy. Great quick ball on to Sione Katoa. He scores in the corner, collects his second try of the game. Trindle converts the goal. Half time, scores leveled up at 12-all. It was a great first half. I thought the Sharks were doing really well in the first half, and they were really getting up in the Melbourne Storm face. And then second half, 42nd minute, Marion Seve from dummy half. Really poor communication and defence there from Matt Moylan, Will Kennedy and Connor Tracy. Really disappointing defence there from the Sharks. Melbourne 16-12 after 42 minutes gone. 46th minute, Melbourne get a penalty. Harry Grant lays down. I reckon he flopped this a little bit, Harry Grant. Melbourne 18-12 after 46 minutes gone. 48th minute, Harry Grant splits the Sharks' defence. He makes a break, passes the ball back on the inside to Ryan Pappenhausen. He scores for the Melbourne Storm. Melbourne 24 points to 12. Pappenhausen gets his second try of the game. And then 69th minute, Jerome Hughes goes through again. He goes for a gap, puts a kick in for Pappenhausen. He scores. Melbourne go out to 24-12 at that stage. And then, hang on, sorry. Hang on. No, what was it? 69th minute. So Hughes goes for a gap, sorry. Grubber kicks it for Pappenhausen. He gets his third try of the game. Pappenhausen gets a hat-trick. And then 76th minute, Connor Tracy scores in the corner late. Didn't really matter. The pass was about 2 metres forward, but it's a try nonetheless. The Connor Tracy, and full time, the Melbourne Storm have wrapped up the minor premiership. They've beaten the Sharks 28 points to 16. First half was very good. I was hoping for a big second half, but the Sharks, they kept missing tackles, some stupid errors, and they just sort of got scared in the second half, and Melbourne just far too good for them in the second half there. But some of the great players from the game, I thought Ryan Pappenhausen was absolutely outstanding. Pappenhausen had 3 tries. He was incredible this afternoon, or tonight I should say. I thought Justin Olam and Marion Seve did a good job in the centres. I thought Dean Aramaira did a good job. I thought Nico Hines and Drum Hughes were outstanding for Melbourne. I thought Brandon Smith had a fairly good game. I thought Nelson Solomona was a handful when he was out there. Finucane was great. Melbourne's bench was great as well. Harry Grant was outstanding. Tepai Moroa and Aaron Penne did a really good job for the Melbourne Storm. As for the Sharks, I thought Will Kennedy tried very hard out there for the Sharks. I thought Sione Qatar was great. I thought Connor Tracy had a good game. Rayman was a bit disappointing. Hiroti was a bit disappointing as well. I thought Matt Moylan overplayed his hand just a little bit. Trindle, again, another good game from Braden Trindle. Toby Rudolph did a pretty good job out there for the Sharks. I thought Jack Williams was great for him as well in the middle. I thought Braden Hamlin-Uele did a great job off the bench as well for the Sharks as well. But Storm, they bounced back from last week's disappointing loss against the Eels, and they win this game and they wrap up the minor premiership. Melbourne in week 1 of the finals will be playing either the Roosters or the Seagulls. If the Seagulls beat the Cowboys, then Melbourne will play Manly in week 1. If the Seagulls lose to the Cowboys, which I think probably won't happen, Manly will beat the Cowboys. But for some miracle, if the Cowboys do beat the Seagulls, Melbourne will play the Roosters in week 1. But my top 3 players on ground for the Cronulla versus Melbourne game tonight. Number 3, I'm going to go with Harry Grant off the bench. Number 2, I'm going to go with Nico Hines. And number 1, my man of the match, Ryan Papenhuyzen. He had a hat-trick. He had a great game tonight. I thought he was outstanding. Papenhuyzen gets my man of the match in the Storm win over the Sharks. Now let's go into the final game, which personally I found this game to be quite boring. First half was all right. Second half was very, very boring to watch. It was quite miserable, actually. So, because Melbourne had already wrapped up the minor premiership, Penrith already had second place locked in, and Parramatta were trying to get top 4, but I don't think they were because they rested pretty much the whole team. But 3rd minute, Panthers start well. Brian Toto goes over in the corner, scores the first try of the game. Panthers 6-0 after 3 minutes gone. 13th minute, Parramatta show a little bit of fight. Jacob Arthur puts in a grubber kick, and Tom Oppercheck ends up scoring the try. I still can't believe he scored, but it was a pretty lucky try from Parramatta, but they did well to score, so full credit to them. Blake Ferguson converts the goal, which I couldn't believe. It was 6-all after 13 minutes gone. 18th minute, Nathan Cleary, nice short ball to Tavita Pangai Jr. He ends up scoring for the Panthers. Panthers 12-6 after 18 minutes gone. Half time, Panthers 12-6, and I thought Parramatta were really giving it to the Panthers in the first half. The Panthers weren't at their best in the first half, but I thought Parramatta's defense and their resilience was very good in that first half. They showed a lot of fight and a lot of courage. Some great character there from Parramatta in the first half. Second half, though, Panthers were off to a flyer. Panthers in the 43rd minute, they go to left-hand side off a scrum. Brian Toto gets over in the corner, scores his second try of the game. Panthers 18-6. And then 54th minute, I believe this try pretty much sealed the deal. Panthers go left, Cleary to Luai, to Burton. Burton dummies on Sean Russell. Burton scores. Panthers 24-6. 25 minutes to go. The game's over. Parramatta were lucky to score 1 try. There was no way back, 24-6 down. And then the Panthers sort of just ran right on the Eels after this. 57th minute, Api Coruscant from dummy half scores for the Panthers. Panthers go out to a 28-6 lead. 65th minute, kick out with an offload to Burton. He's away down the sideline. Grab a kick back on the inside to Brian Toto. Toto gets a hat-trick. And then Panthers 34-6. And then with about 7 minutes to go, the Panthers make it back again. And Nathan Cleary ends up scoring a try for the Panthers and then going off for an early shower. The Panthers beat the Eels tonight, 40 points to 6. It was the Panthers' full-strength side against the Parramatta Eels B team. So Penrith, they won the game very easily, like we all predicted. But Parramatta's first half was very brave, but not brave enough to beat the Panthers. Some of the great players from this game, the Panthers had a lot of standouts. I I thought Dylan Edwards had a great game at fullback. I thought he was good. Thought Matt Burton had a good game. I thought Brian Toto was outstanding once again. I thought Jerome Luai was a little bit quiet again. 25 run meters for a 5'8". It's not really a good sign. There was a game against South a couple of weeks ago where he ran for like 1 meter or something. So although the Panthers are winning games, Jerome Luai needs to do more because, if the Panthers were to get beat in the finals and Luai has one of these games where he runs for 20 meters, the media will cop it, but because Panthers are winning, you're not going to hear about it. But I'm not going to let it slip. Jerome Luai needs to do more. He's not doing enough for the Panthers. Nathan Cleary, outstanding tonight. I thought he was unbelievable. His kicking game was great. The try he scored was fantastic. He was outstanding tonight, Nathan Cleary. Moses Leota was outstanding for the Panthers as well, I thought. Happy Coruscant did a great job out there. I thought Liam Martin had a great game. Isaiah Yeo was outstanding as always. I thought Viliame Kikau off the bench was very good. I saw he was picking on Will Smith there in the second half. He pushed Will Smith over, and then Will Smith pushed him back, which I thought was great. Someone like Will Smith sticking up for himself. So Viliame Kikau being a bit of a bully there, but good on him, I guess. And Pangai Jr. off the bench, I thought he was great as well, along with Scott Sorensen. As for the Eels, I thought the fullback tried very hard. Hayes Perham, he tried hard out there. I thought Dunster tried hard. I thought Will Smith had to go out there for the Eels. I thought Kafusi and Makatoa, the Parramatta front row, were very good. I thought they tried very hard out there tonight. Ray Stone had a good game. Cartwright, he tried hard. Cartwright. I thought Kai Rodwell had a good game. I said on the Rugby League Breakdown podcast on Wednesday night with Sam Revel and NRL Vid 090, keep an eye on this young bloke off the bench, Kai Rodwell. He had a good debut, 80 run meters off the bench. He did a really good job against a quality top 2 elite side in Penrith. So, good debut for Kai Rodwell. Keep an eye on him. He's a good kid. But Panthers, far too clinical tonight. My top 3 players on ground for the Panthers Eagles game tonight. Number 3, I'm going to go with Tavita Pangai Jr. I thought he was great off the bench for the Panthers. Number 2, I'm going to go with Brian Toto. I thought he was outstanding. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Nathan Cleary. He had an incredible game tonight. His kicking game was world class, and I thought he was sensational tonight in the Panthers win over the Eels. But guys, that's it for the Friday night football review. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, lads, and I'll see you later.